everyone, and welcome. Welcome to a crafty little morning here at the WhotKnot studio. I've been busy making a few little bits and pieces. I thought I'll just show you them and then we'll do a little bit of a crafty tutorial. So I've been making a few of these bits and pieces. That's got a little pocket in the back there. I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a nice day. Yeah, just pottering around here. I was cleaning up, and you know how that happens. I was cleaning up and then I just started making a few bits and pieces. So I've made a few flips. This is an envelope. It turned up in the mail yesterday and I thought, oh well, I can use that as a corner tuck, or I can turn it into a flip or make it a little hidden pocket. So I did that on my sewing machine. So yeah, been fiddling around. Made this a couple of days ago. This is I got a little gift from somebody, and it had this really nice tissue paper, and I thought, oh, what can I do out of that? So I've made a little tissue paper journal out of it, just a few pages, and that's ready to go into a journal. If you want me to do a tutorial on how I made that, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know. So yeah, I thought what we might do is make a couple of these. And full disclosure, I actually recorded yesterday and made this one. And then I'm having technical difficulties with my camera, speaking to my iPad, and basically spent yesterday afternoon flopping around with that, which basically did my head in. So I'd set up my camera and I've gone back to my iPhone this morning. So just to give my brain a bit of a break. But I'm hoping that when Mill comes up, this is one of the ones I whipped up this morning. Look at that little bird there. Isn't that cute? Little birdie. So I'm hoping when Mill comes up that she will be able to sort out all my problems. There's Rusty, he's on the move. I've got the heater on under the desk. It's cold here today. Just a little journaling spot. I painted that yesterday as well, the little flowers on the paper. So I just thought that's a nice little inclusion. I'm going to put a little bit of something on that tag to have that sort of sticking out the top there. So I'll tie that back on later. Isn't that image beautiful? I'm thinking about, I've just finished doing a new PDF, which I'll probably upload later on this afternoon, but I'm thinking about including this lady in the next one I do because I think she's beautiful. So yes, that's all the bits that I've got going on there. I'll just move them to one side so that we can have a play. I thought I would show you those. I'll just show, these are some of the things that will be on the new PDFs. I was working on doing like a collage background. I had a couple of people contact me and say that their collages never sort of look cohesive. So I thought maybe what I'd do is make a few PDFs that were a collage-y type background already, so that if you weren't really confident on that sort of thing, you could just print these off and then you've got your basic collage background, and then you can do, you know, your bits and pieces on top of that, or cut the elements out if you'd like to use them. So that's a green one. That's my things I was printing off. No, that's all I've got there to show you. I think I've used the other ones. There are the PDFs that I printed off this morning while I had the printer up and running. So that's two of them, but there'll be 4 collage sheets and 2 sort of background pieces if you want them, so background pages. So yeah, working on that. All right, let's get down to business. So I've got some book pages and things here, and this is basically a play on the little squares that everybody's doing. And I thought that I would do something like that, but just a little bit different. So where's my bowl of water? I love collecting these ceramic bowls from the op shop along with everything else that I get from the op shop. Cannot help myself. So let's, I've been fiddling around with all the colours, and I finally sort of worked out a colour that I like, a bit more of a dusty rose colour. So all I do is just create a little bit of a background wash like that. You can put some other colours, and the thing with watercolour paints is it dries a lot lighter than when it goes down. So if it's a little bit darker, that's all right. So yeah, I'm not going to put anything else. That's all for that one. And let's do sort of a little bit more of a pinky purple one. I'll do a pinky purple one on this side. So it gives me a few options in terms of colour for the journals. These won't take long to dry because, as I said, I've got the heater on. So I like to just do a bit of a wash like that. I might do a green one as well. Might as well keep using. Will I use that page? I might use this page and do a green one on here. Yeah, I've got some nice greens here, so maybe I'll do it this way. Get this lengthways. Have the writing going in a different way so that when I put it on the page with something else, the writing's going a different way. Hopefully I'm in screen. Yeah, I went to the trouble of setting my camera up and filmed it, and the image was great and everything, and I like it because I can zoom in and out, which I can't do as easily with the iPhone, and I'm not always 100% sure that I'm in shot. So yeah, but it was not meant to be. It did not happen that way. I'm just checking to make sure that I'm in the screen. So that's squeaking's my wheelchair. That's what you can hear. So I've got these a couple of options here. So I do. Where's my card that I showed you? So you've got a couple of options. I've got these stickers that you can use if you're not that flash at drawing, or you can just draw them on. So I'll just give that a minute or two to dry. But the stickers that I use are these ones. And you can get all different ones. I got the flower ones, and these are just from AliExpress. I will put the link to where I got these from in the description box, so that if you want to get yourself some, you can. They're super cheap. I can't remember what I paid for them, but it was definitely not very much. And you get all these like floral stickers. I'm not mad keen on the white ones, but what I have worked out is that the watercolour paint takes to this paper, and if I paint them, I feel a bit happier with using them in the journal. So yeah, but the other ones are transparent, like a vellum. They're like a vellum, and when you stick them down, if you rub them, you can't see the edges on them. So let me just paint. I'll just put some paint on this green one, on this one, some green paint, so that you can see how it goes. So I just get a bit of paint, and I'm really just roughly painting in. I don't want it to be precise. I like the rough and untidy look about it. So I might get a little bit of yellow in there just to give a bit of highlight. I like to cover up as much of the white paper as I can, because I don't, and what I do is, if it's not all covered up, I will ink around the edge of it as well. So once I've got the paint on, I just run a bit of water around the edge and let that paint just bleed out a little bit. And I think I don't know, I think it looks better than just the white. But again, it really depends on what your application is. So, I mean, in some instances people might like the white, but my journals tend to be a little bit more of that vintage feel, and I feel like the white's just a little bit stark in them. But I literally just might put a little bit of, what have I got there, a lighter colour, maybe a tiny bit of orange, just to give it a little bit of a lift in some spots. And it just gives it that little element of interest. So, yep, I'll just do that, and then I'm happy to use them. So if you're not about the whitey colours, that is an option that you can do. There we go. And then I think they look okay. They're still not my favourite, but I will use them. So let me choose one. See, they basically, you get one in the vellum and one in the white of each sticker. So you can choose what you like to use. But for today, let's see, what have I got here? I've used quite a few of them now. I haven't got too many left. I quite like that daisy. They're really pretty. They're nice and soft. You can get the little fine reeds and grasses in them. So I've got more of the white ones left, but yeah, I've used them. I like using them. I'd like to be able to just get the packet of just the vellum ones. All right, let's move these aside. And I've also got my pen. Where's my pen? There it is. So what you can do is, I like to also just draw the flower on. I'll just move those up there. And I just do a simple basic flower. So just some petals and a stem, maybe another one that way, a little bud there, definitely nothing special, some leaves. I might do another leaf, a flower across this way. This pen is a little bit thick. I like to use the thinner one. Just press lightly. Something like that. Maybe a leaf there. There we go. So you can draw them on. This is just a gel pen. This is a 7. I've got a thinner one. I actually prefer the thinner one. This is a 0.28. And I think it gives a nice fine line. It's still slightly damp, but I think we'll be okay. We'll do a few flowers on this one. I don't make them precise, just a little indication of a flower. And put the stems down. These are nice too. You can see the difference there. That's that one with the slightly thicker gel pen, and then the thinner one. I think the thinner one looks a bit nicer. I'll probably use that one. I don't think I'll use that one. That's where playing around comes in. And so on this green one, let's use one of the Vellum stickers. So I think I'll use this one. And the good news about these is they peel very easily, because a lot of those Vellum stickers do not peel easily and can spend half an hour trying to get the back off them. So I'll just put that down. And like I said, if you give it a good, I just use my fingernail, give it a good rub down, you can't actually see the edge on it. So I think that it comes up quite well there. I mean, if you look closely, you can see it, but at first glance, it's not obvious. So, yeah. So I'll just move that out the way so I don't smudge it. And I'll move these out the way and we'll do the next bit. Yeah, I've just been making a few little bits and pieces for, I've got a flip journal on the go and I've got a wallpaper journal, and I have been making a few bits and pieces for those. So just take that piece out. I might make this one a bit longer, keep that bit, because that's a nice piece of paper. And let's see, I'll take this piece. We'll just work on 2 at the moment. There's 2 bits of paper there. Oh, I don't think I'd use that one. Not happy with that one, so that one will probably get kicked to the curb. Take this piece. I've got folded in half there. Just need half of it. That can go in the pile. And I'll just trim this down a bit. Yeah, so I had one of those mentally challenging days yesterday, trying to work out my phone and my iPad and everything. It makes you realise how little you actually know when you're trying to do that sort of thing. Oh gosh. It's like anything, isn't it? When it works, it's great. When it doesn't work, bad news. B-A-D news. I like how that says the green years, and I've used the green. I didn't really plan that, but that's how it's worked out. How nice is this? This paper is pretty thin, but it's got some really nice aging on it. I got this in some Happy Mail just recently. And it was very happy. I don't want to cut all these rough edges off. I'll take this edge off, but I'll leave that top edge on. This paper is actually perishing, so it'll need to be stuck down for sure. All right, I'll just put my paint tin away so that I don't get over cluttered here. I've got a little bag with some buttons in there. Might use those. We'll see how we go. Don't want to knock my water over either. So then I get my bit of paper here. Now if I'm going to put this in my, I think I'll put that like there, like so. Let's move you out the way for the moment. And what I'm going to do is just run a bit of glue along the edge, because I might want to tuck something underneath that. So I'll just run a little bit of glue there. Oh, the sun's coming out. It's so cold here today. Oh, it was freezing last night. Well, I say freezing, but I know it's not that cold, but it feels cold to me. So I was snuggled in bed and had the heater on and was doing some knitting and stuff. It was really quite nice. So I'm looking for some green, something green to tuck in the back of that. Let's have a look. I might use something off my new PDF that I've got here. So let me see. That little bird, isn't he cute? All right, let's have a looky here. Take that off. Not very good at cutting the very thin bits. There we go. Just want that, maybe that piece there. A bit of those flowers. So this is going to be like a tuck to go into the journal. Just get that piece out. I may or may not use it. Let's see if we think it matches. Okay. Maybe I'll do it that way. And then I've got a bit of that flower showing down the bottom. Yeah, I might do it that way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit more off this. and take that little bit of white off it. I got some new lace from AliExpress, so I don't know if you're interested and you'd like me to do a video showing you what I got. Some of them are good and some of them I would not order again. Sometimes it's hard to choose these things from pictures, but yeah, some of them were hits, some of them were misses, and that's okay. That's what happens. I'm wondering whether that might look a bit better. Yeah, I think that might look a bit better actually. I feel like that green's not quite matching with that green, but that might. This was on the front of an envelope that I got some mail. Somebody done all this work on the front of it, and I thought, oh, I'm keeping that. That'll be handy, and I'm glad I did now. So I had to get up early this morning. I've had the builder here with regard to replacing my doors, so that's moving forward. And I had the roller shutter guys here yesterday doing some final measurements, so that'll be happening again soon. That'll be happening soon, so that's good. I need some of these problems to be resolved. You know how when you get too many problems on the go, you need to move forward in life. I've got some of this. I wonder if that's got a little bit of this. I quite like that. That's quite nice. I'll put a strip of that on. This was in a bag of just scraps, and I thought that's nice. I pulled it out and kept it. Maybe not that. I like that. I really like to include a bit of fabric in the journals. A, because I've got so much and I need to use it up, and B, I just think it adds an extra element of interest. I might just trim the top off that. I'll keep that though. That'll be a good little piece to put on the top of a tab or something. Something like that. I don't like that. Yeah, I like how that looks. I'm going to glue that down. So I'll get a bit more glue under here. What are you guys up to? What are you making? You're having a nice day? I'm hoping to have a quiet afternoon. Oops, I've stuck that all the way down. The good thing about that glue is it gives you a bit of an opportunity to... Oops, I think it's going to. Oh, this paper, it's so thin. I've got to put this bit underneath. Not concentrating. Rusty's snoring under the desk as usual. I got a message on my Facebook Messenger this morning telling me that on the 26th of June 10 years ago is when we got Buddy. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Time just goes so fast these days. Thankfully I've got not much else on for the rest of this week. Like I've had a few bits and pieces on lately. So I'm just going to have a quiet potter in my craft room. Mr. WhotKnot's due home tomorrow, so that'll be nice. Have a nice weekend. There we go. That looks nice. I'm happy with that. And then what I've been doing is I've been turning these into flips. So I fold this back. I'll just crease that down like that. And because I'm going to put this in my journal, I'll just make sure, I'll just grab my journal and see how wide it is. I've been doing a bit of work in my wallpaper journal. Just make sure I'm not going too wide. Yep, no, that should be all right. I'll show you what I've done in here. Oh, I've done the front, made that little seed packet that's got some secret goodies in it. I've done that page, the bit of the swatches. This is one of my new PDFs in there. I'm planning on doing a flip with this, with that page, and I made this yesterday out of an envelope, so it's got the see-through bit there, but it's going to have a little secret. It's got a little pocket, if I can get it open, in the side there that I've lined. So it's got a little pocket, so it'll be a secret tuck, but I'm thinking that'll, not on that page. Where did I have that? Maybe, yeah, it'll probably go on that page there. So I've got that going on. I've made this page with that beautiful lace, and that's got a secret little tuck in the back there. Yeah, so I'm moving forward with it. I've got that flip with those beautiful roses. Yeah, I've got a bit of work to do. I've been working on my other one mainly, but I have done a bit of work in that. But I might keep the length. Well, that's the right width now. And then I make a pocket. So I'll make it about there. And I'll cut that little corner piece out, just so it hasn't got too much bulk on it. Cut that out. Keep that. So that will be the flip that'll attach to the journal. And then you've got that section, and this will be the pocket. But I think that's a bit tall, so I might fold that over a little bit. Fold that over like that. And I'll glue that flap down. Bit of glue on there. Just a little bit of glue just to hold it in place. And I'm going to put something there. I've got a few things I've printed out. Let me see. I've got this. That might be nice there. I think that kind of ties in with the colours. So I'll just take the top edge off that. Actually, if I put it that way, that might be nice, because then it's got the scalloped lacy bit there. Let me just take that white strip off. And how wide do I need to make that? Probably about, let's see, about there. That should be enough. Get that straight. And there we go. Move that out the way. Just going to take that top bit off there, because I don't want that straight line there. Take that top bit off. And get a hold of the little bits. There we go. So I'm going to put that in there, I think. Yep. So I've been doing a bit of sewing, but my sewing's on hold for the moment. I've run out of one of the things I need to finish making the advent bags, so I've just put in another order. So I'm at a standstill with my advent bags, and I thought, well, I'm going to take the opportunity to do a bit more on my journals. Get them done. There we go. So they'll go up like that. I might just run a bit of a sewing thread along the outside edge of this. There we go, fold that up. And I'll stick something on the bottom half here because the writing's upside down. So I just need something small to go across the bottom there. What have I got? Let me see. Should have something here. Maybe something like that. That fits almost perfectly. I think that's meant to be. So I'll stick that there. And you can make these as jazzy or as plain as you like. Probably depends on where you're putting them in your journal as to how you want them to be. I'm going to leave that like so. There we go. And I'll just rip that little edge bit off. Where are we there? There we go. So that can be attached onto the journal. And then you've got your little pocket there. You could dress that up if you want to, but I'd probably just put some bits and pieces in it. What have I got there? Something to put in it. Let's have a look. I think I've got swap cards. There we go. What about those little birds? They look nice, don't they? So you put something in there. And there's the front. And I'll probably stitch around there. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go, all stitched around the edge. And I could add some more to that if I wanted to. You could put a label or a butterfly or something. I'll wait until I add it to the journal before I make a decision on that. But yeah, so that's one done. And I think they turn out really nicely. And I'll do another one. See how we'll use that piece. And I've got some nice pink doily there. Put that much? No, that doesn't match. It needs to be maybe more like that colour. Yeah, I think so. I'll link. I think this was, I can't remember whose PDF that is, but I will link it below if you're interested. So let me just take that down the middle, onto side. There we go. And put, where shall we put that? Maybe, I want some decisions. I've got some of this paper that I dyed. This is the avocado paper that I dyed. I was really happy with how that turned out. The colour's really beautiful. Trying to see what will I do. Might, well, let's take these edges off for starters. Somebody's watering their yard outside. I don't know why, because it was actually raining last night, so rubbish bin's floated away. I'll bring that back. Yeah, it was actually raining last night, so I don't know why they're watering. I can hear the hose going outside. Yeah, there we go. Take those edges off. It's a tiny little bit there. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a bit crazy again. But I haven't had to go out and about, so that's a good thing. I don't really go out and about too often these days. Might do, let's see, I think I like that edge hanging out there. I might have to glue that there and then put that on top of something. So what I'm going to do is just glue the edge in case I want to tuck something else under there. I'll just get that stuck down. But I like that edge there, so I'm going to have that still. And I'll put that like so, but we can still see that pretty lace. I'm wondering, where did my, take a bit of this, maybe what I'll do is add some of my dots as well. Maybe put that like there. Oh, what have I got here? So I've got these ones that I did. I might be. I need to do a bit of collaging, I think, because I've got 3 baskets now with bits and pieces in, and I think that's getting to be too many. It starts to get a bit overwhelming. Need to make some serious decisions on what stays and what goes. What about that? That looks okay, doesn't it? Maybe a bit of lace behind that. Got some nice pink lace. Let me see what I've got here. Got this is turning out very pink. Well, that's all right. I've got that pink lace. Or I've got, what else have I got here? This one might be nice if it's not so pink, then break it up a bit. Get that little pin out. You hop off there. What about a piece of that there? Piece of that there. And because that's got the dots and then that lace has got the dots, that might be cute. Yep, I think so. This is some of the lace I got from AliExpress, so I think this was one of the nice ones. As I said, not all of them were nice. I actually tried ones that I wasn't 100% mad keen on. I've tried to do a bit of coffee dyeing on to try and make them more beautiful, but I thought at worst what I'll do is I'll show you one of them that I wasn't happy with that I've dyed over. Just move those papers. So I got this one and the colour was very, very pink, so I've coffee dyed over it, and I think this one's turned out okay, and I can definitely use pieces of it. So I could cut, you know, I could cut something like this out and use it for the top of a tab or something. Doesn't match with this particular one, but I could definitely use elements of that. I mean, it looks nice with that colour pink maybe, or even actually it might look better with a greenish colour because the leaves on it are kind of green. So I can definitely use that one, but this one, not so. I'm not loving very much. I don't like the silver sparkle in it very much, but I can cut out the pink flowers, and I have tried to tea dye this, and I can definitely use this mesh. In fact, that's what I used on my little, I cut a piece of that out and used that at the back here on this one. So I'll definitely be able to use that. But yeah, like I said, some of them were hits and some of them were misses. And that's how it goes sometimes. It's hard to buy anything like that off a picture, I think. And the good thing about AliExpress is it's not overly expensive, although some of their lace can be a little bit pricey. But, I mean, I didn't buy anything that was overly pricey. So, if it's a bit of a miss, I'll just make it work. And if I really, really don't like it, I'll send it to the op shop and somebody else in the world will love it, I'm sure. So I'm going to stick that down there, like that. And then I'm going to put that on top. Just a little bit of glue for that. I don't like it if the glue shows through the lace very much, but I'm going to be putting the dots on the top so it's not really too bad. There we go, put that there like so. And then I'm going to add the dots. Do you think the dots are too much? Because that's text and that's text as well. Maybe what I'll do is put another little piece of pink paper. It'll be maybe like that. Might look a bit better. Yep. Just to break that text on text up a bit. And I get to use up this tiny little piece of paper, which is a bonus. Put that there. Does cover up the lace a bit, but that's all right. You still see it at the top there. And then I'll stick my dots on. If I can pick them up. I could spend hours doing this. Literally hours. I've uploaded a few pictures onto the Willow House. I joined the Willow House Journals Facebook page, so I've uploaded a couple of pictures onto that of things I've been working on. So there's a lot of people on there that are making some great stuff, and some people are actually showing things that they got from the op shop or thrift store, depending on what country you live in. So there's some good things on that. So if you haven't joined Leslie's Facebook page, you might want to do that. There we go. So that's that. And I could make this one into like a little notebook style. Rather than it being a flip, it could be a notebook style. Or I could put a pocket here. I need to line the inside with something. So I think I'll take that white piece off. Like I said, I'll link whoever's PDF this is, but I just cannot think of it off the top of my head. Hopeless like that. There's so many beautiful PDFs and I've got quite a few of them. I didn't even know what a PDF was up until about a few months ago, and now I could basically open a shop and sell them. Alright, so I've got that and that. I think this needs something else, but I'll just leave that for the minute and we'll work on the inside. I'm going to put this down. Is that wide enough? I'm going to put this down, I think. Use that up. And maybe a bit of... I've got this nice book page. I like this because I got this and it's kids' names and the meaning of them. So Macy, Malcolm, Marta, Marion, Lolly. Oh, I want to be called Lolly. Lorna, Lois. Sometimes when I'm doing the journaling and stuff and I start reading these things, I get carried away. I could sit there reading them for ages as well. Now I think what I'm going to do is glue that in first. Let's glue that down. Put some glue on here first of all. this is good because this will strengthen it a little bit too. Not this paper's the linen paper. I bought this off Amazon. I was watching Rose Hill Cottage and she was using it, so I found her link and went and got some, because I bought some linen paper from Officeworks here in Australia and I was really disappointed with it when it turned up, because it was just ordinary paper and it had like a pretty poor imitation of linen printed onto the paper. It wasn't actually textured and I didn't like it very much. I gave it to my husband. I said, you can use that in the office, and if there's anything that you want to use it to print on. So yeah, that was a bit of a fail, but I did go on to Amazon and I bought it. In the linen paper, I bought the cream as well as the white, and I also got it in cardstock because I want to make some of the little cards that you put the buttons on. So yep, that looks good. I'll put a bit of this on the middle section. So yep, that can go on there. And from this point with these, you could turn this into anything. You could turn this into a mini journal, which is basically, I'll show you when. Don't get sidetracked, finish your gluing. Oh my gosh. When I do this, my brain just jumps around like crazy onto the next thing that I could be doing, but I'll try and stay focused. I'm going to do it that way because there's the K's, and my name's Kathy, and that says Karen, Kate, Catherine. So let's go. Oh, well, that, no, I won't be able to. That's not tall enough. All right. Have to go with this side, I think, because otherwise it won't cover. So we'll have to go with the L's. Lester. That'd be a cute dog's name, wouldn't it? Lester. Lavina. I've got some glue there. The good thing with this glue is if you get it in a spot where you don't want it, just wait a second for it to dry, and then if you rub it, it balls off and comes away. So that's handy because I am an overgluer, as we've previously discussed, and I get glue everywhere. Just looking for where I want to trim this paper back to. Just right on that fold. I'll just fold it so I know where I'm going. Alright, I think about there. Yep, that looks pretty good. Just move that over just a bit. So we'll keep the K's for something else. There we go. And then I'll take the top off there. Yeah, that's that one. So with this one, what you could do is you could put a little lace pocket there and just have a flap that opens, or you can glue this down and make that into a little pocket, or you can do what I did with this one, and if you've got any bits of paper on your desks, make a little booklet. And I've actually sewn that in as a little signature. And that's got some little, I folded the pages up. You could turn that into a pocket or a little flip and things like that. So you've got a couple of options there with where you go with that. But I think what I'll do is, I think I will turn that into a little pocket. And I might leave that other section because I might actually sew a little signature into that, because I think that's a really handy because then you could put some stickers in the back or little embellishments in this pocket, and you could have the pages there, so that what you could do is take your little bits and pieces out and use them in whatever little journal you add into that. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll leave that as it is, and I will put some pages in that and take a photo of it and show it to you. But I think before I do that, I might sew a bit around the edge on that one as well. I feel like the sewing just frames it. So I'll quickly go and do that, and then I'll come back, and then we might wrap this up. So, okay, there we go. All finished. I ended up doing a little bit around there as well. And because that's showing on that side, I'll leave the edge, but I'll probably stick something, a picture of some description over the top of that. Let me see if I've got anything here. I mean, yes, I have got something here, but let's see if I can find anything here that appeals to me straight off the bat. That's quite nice. Let me have a look and see how that looks with the front. Yeah, I think that looks good there. So I might put that picture on. I've got these pictures this is printed on the cream linen paper, so it's got a nice little bit of texture to it. Just take that edge off there. I don't know if I can, don't do it on the top of that, make my life difficult there. I noticed the other day that there's quite a bit of reflection on this plastic from my light that I've got on, so I'm trying to work out what I can do about that. I don't know if you guys find it annoying or not, but I did kind of find it annoying when I was watching the video back to edit it. So I'll see what I can do about that at some point. I need a wooden one. I've got a little wooden one, but I've got no idea where I've put that at the moment. So what about that there, like so? It's kind of nice, isn't it? I'll stick that down. Then I'll stick my signature, and I'll take some photos and put them on the end of the video so you can see how it looked with the signature in it. But that's a little bit of a tedious process, so I won't bore you with watching me do that. There we go. Whoops, I've slid that around a little bit. That's better. There we go. And I wanted to say too, I really like, I've sewn this around in brown only because that's what I've got in the machine at the moment. But when I am sewing, I like to use this colour. It's like an olivey green, dirty green colour, and it looks really nice, I think, on some of the more vintage elements. This is the brand. It's Birch Haberdashery, and I thought I'd got the same colour. I bought a new reel, but as you can see, that's a slightly different colour green. But I think that'll work as well. But I think this green is nice because it's not quite brown. It's not as dark as black and things like that. So I think it's a nice colour to use. Just FYI. All right, so let's have a look. So we got that done, and we got that done. So we've got a flip and a little booklet to go in the journal. So as I say, I'll do the signatures and I'll get some photos of that. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back at some stage or another with another video, no doubt. I might trim around that, we might stick that on, we'll see. And I hope that you're all having a lovely day and you're enjoying some crafty time and having a nice big piece of cake and some coffee this afternoon. All right, guys, thanks for popping in. I will chat with you guys again soon. Bye.